All right, so this is a little weird recording without my chat here. I'm not used to it. Okay, I'll be back live. I think maybe this upcoming Monday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be pretty soon though. But for now, I did want to put something out there because I came across this article, and though I don't know a lot of things when it comes to when we live stream and all that, what I do know is there is there is not a shortage on bad San Antonio Spurs takes, and we found one here. So I saw this going around Twitter, and I found the article that it actually stemmed from, which actually people were tagging this article, but I think it's actually from another article from Bleacher Report. I don't know, it's silly, but everybody's sharing this, and it says NBA trade idea sends San Antonio Spurs Steph Castle to Golden State Warriors. I do not understand the life of me why it seems like I don't keep up with other teams off seasons, right? So as far as like rumor mills, I just don't keep up with it. Like I know what's going on in our conference. I know when moves are made, but I don't keep up with all the like small intricate details of every single article that comes out like we do with the Spurs. So maybe this is an issue for all teams, but I am getting tired and sick of every single time the San Antonio Spurs add a player, a talented player that is, everyone starts talking about, okay, well, should we trade this other guy? Should we trade this other guy? It's like there right now on the Spurs roster as it stands, there's only like one or two players I can think of where you possibly could move them and get something better. But for the most part, I don't even know why you would do this, right? So I do want to harp on something. So just looking at this article, it says here, this is from Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report, and he said this is the trade idea. Okay, so the San Antonio Spurs would send off Steph Castle, and in return they would get Podziemski. Is that how you say it? I really like him. I guess I say his last name wrong all the time. Podziemski, Ziemski, Santos, and 2028 first round pick, top 3 protected. Now, do I think on paper this is a decent trade? Yeah, on paper, right? You get a lottery pick, a pretty high one at that in 2028. Podziemski is a really good player. He kind of fits, a mold that the Spurs would need or whatnot. But when you read this, it's just always the same thing, man. It says the Spurs have Fox and they have Dylan Harper, which could make Castle expendable. Why? What can someone explain to me how the addition of De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper makes Castle expendable? Castle's quite literally, a player that is a switch army knife. That's what he is. He can do so many different things. And one thing that he brings that neither Fox or Harper brings is elite defense. Now, Fox is a good defender. People like argue with me on this, but Dylan Harper's a good defender as well. But Castle is a pretty great defender, right? Like I would say it's at the top, it's Wemby and then Sohan, maybe Brandon. Honestly, I really like Carter Bryant. I really like Carter Bryant, and then maybe it's Castle, right? Or Castle could be over Carter Bryant. I guess we'll see. But this is a top defensive player on our team, and the Spurs, since getting Sohan, they have been trying to build a defensive juggernaut. Like they've been constantly and continuously adding defensive players to this roster, and I don't see how a player like him who can play well with or without the ball is expendable because you have De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper, right? I don't understand that at all. Even Dylan Harper is a player that can play off the ball, and you saw his numbers. We talked about his numbers before. They're pretty impressive off the ball, okay? He's actually a pretty good shooter, when he doesn't have to set it up for himself. And obviously, the team he was with in college, there's only so much he can do. All the attention was on him and Ace Bailey. But when he got these opportunities, he looked pretty good. But it goes on and it talks about how great Castle is. Yeah. He won Rookie of the Year, so his trade value is high. The youngster averaged 14.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, 4.1 assists. a steal, 0.3 blocks while shooting 42.8% from the field, 28.5% from beyond the arc, 72% from the free throw line. Yeah, he was one of the worst shooters in the NBA. I'm not just saying that like to be hyperbolic. He literally was. We looked at a graph of that, but that's fine. Golden State needs more talent around Steph Castle. Yeah, I know they need more. Okay, Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. The front office hasn't made any moves this offseason because of Kuminga's restricted free agency. The Spurs missed the playoffs in 2025. It was expected. I mean, at least I expected it. I don't know. A lot of Spurs fans thought we would make the play-in. I kind of from the get, I was like, I don't think we will. And then when I saw, I was like, okay, we're really healthy. We're looking pretty good. I thought that maybe we could get there. But I wasn't really banking on us making the playoffs, to be honest with you guys. While the Warriors lost the Minnesota Timberwolves in the conference semifinals in 5 games, if Golden State traded for Castle, head coach Steve Kerr could start Curry, Castle, Butler, Kuminga, and Green next season. If it's all about Curry, Golden State should be asking questions about whether Podziemski is the right backcourt partner for him, Buckley wrote. He's an ignitable outside shooter, quick processor, and capable playmaker, but he's also limited on defense and offensively inconsistent. So that would be the big piece that the Spurs be getting is Podziemski. I mean, just to be honest, and that right off the bat negates the argument. The Spurs are not going to go after Podziemski limited defensively when that's what they've been building around this entire time, is trying to get as many defenders on this team as humanly possible. Because that will make you a juggernaut. That's how good Wemby is, right? Wemby already by himself makes us a pretty great defensive team at times. You surround him with some defenders that's capable, and I don't see anybody getting a point on this team. We're going to have quarters where teams might put 10 points up. Like, it's going to be really bad. I really, for them, not for us. But anyway, the Dubs might see a cleaner fit with Castle, who's bigger, stronger, more athletic, and far more resistant on the defensive end. He's also a shakier shooter, but maybe that's a concession Golden State would be willing to make to get its hands on a reigning Rookie of the Year. The odds of the NBA trade idea happening are very, very low. Why bring it up? The Spurs love Castle and view him as a building block next to Fox, Castle, and Victor Wembanyama. If the Spurs, let me say this, okay? I think this is pretty obvious. If the San Antonio Spurs are capable and willing to try to hold on to Keldon Johnson to get De'Aaron Fox, and they got away with that, what makes you think that they're going to just send off Steph Castle for just a few pieces that we might we might theoretically be able to use? I don't think that they're going to do that. If Fox is that good, and the fact that the Spurs could get away with not, because we know for a fact that he was on the table, the fact that they were able to pull that away and say, yeah, actually, we're going to keep Keldon. Now, Luka Doncic did a lot of the work for us, let's be honest. But the fact that they were able to do that, yeah, the Spurs are not going to just send off Steph Castle. As far as our untradables, obviously Wemby's at the top. He's the only true 100% untradeable player. But I would say that Castle is right in the category of Sohan and Fox, right? They're just players that they're just not going to be looking to move. It would have to be an insane deal where we're the clear winner, right? And I feel like this type of deal, knowing how our front office is, that ain't good enough, okay? So if they're going to trade away Sohan, if they're going to trade away Castle, you're going to have to give them a boatload, okay? They got to be able to finesse you, and that's just the reality of the situation. But anyways, wanted to show you that. Thought it was kind of wild. But anyways, I will get with you guys later. Peace. I'll see you soon.